What's good?
This is how we do Black Girl Magic all day and night.
Yes. How was your day?
My day was cool as fuck. I went to get my hair done. I did a little bit of work. I work from home.
I love how you said
And
work. So honest.
listen, I'm one of those people that's like, I'm going to make the best of this time. Like,
Yeah.
this is the most I've ever been able to, like, literally use my time wisely, like, in a literal sense.
Mm-hmm.
Because when
Yeah.
you're at work for 8 hours, sometimes you just have those that downtime that you're really not doing anything and you're just kind of like walking around and mingling with your colleagues.
Girl.
But I'm at work, so it's like I can't run errands. I can't do things that I need to do for
Oh,
me.
oh, listen, my last corporate job, it wasn't. It was very like free office. Like we expect you to be here at 8 o'clock, and then be
Mm-hmm.
8 hours. Once you get to your 8 hours, if you want to leave, go ahead. Ain't nobody monitoring you, right?
Right.
Girl, I would take so many breaks and go to the grocery store, do grocery shopping, go buy like lotions and shirts and shit. Then when I come back and the client's getting on my nerves, take another break, go downstairs, get some like tea or just, do whatever. And
You had it good.
girl, I remember one time I told my team lead, I said, "Hey, I gotta go downtown to pay this ticket or fight this ticket." And he was like, "All right." He was like, "Well, we got a meeting, and then once it get close to your time, then you could just leave." Girl, I left. By the time I came back, I only had an hour left to work, and I was out. Like I was there all day. So listen, I'm all about like taking my time back. Like
Yes.
I just don't believe that people should be giving corporations who have millions of dollars already your 8 hours of your life every day.
Exactly. I'm just getting to the point where I have a supervisor where he was like, if you have something to do, like, you don't have to tell me that. Just go do what you need to do and then come in. So that was kind of cool. But at the same time, it's like, because everyone else is in, you don't want to abuse it. You don't want to be that one Black person that's like always late, always running long ass errands
Mhm.
during your lunch break. So it's like,
Yeah.
even though he was giving me the okay, I still felt like I had to be the face of the Black woman that does what she's supposed to do. Does that make sense?
It makes sense, but I was like, I got other do. As long as these sales numbers is correct at the end of the month, don't worry about me. Mind your business.
Right.
Your business.
So how was your day?
My day was full of many episode dockets and watching Mike Tyson's podcast on YouTube. I,
Okay.
I find him very interesting, and I would like to talk to him one day. But I have multiple shows. I have Cozy Moon podcast, which is like a parenting podcast. So I was doing some episodes for that. Then I was recording some episodes for She Gets It. So I was keeping myself busy.
You are killing it in this podcast game. Like, that's so wicked that you like have so many things that you're doing in a day that are relevant to what you're interested in. That's cool.
I don't believe in doing shit I don't want to do. Just like I don't believe in fucking men I don't want to fuck. So
You know, back in my young days,
you're
I would
still
allow men.
young. Don't do that because we the same age. Don't let me feel seasoned. I am seasoned. I'm not old. You're still young, okay? The titties are still up here hanging out.
The titties. Wait a minute now. They hanging out, but they ain't sitting up like they used to. They doing a
What
little. And instead of looking like headlights, they doing it. They giving you a little low beam, but they're not. They're not hanging. They're not touching the floor, but they
you
changed a little bit.
have a swoop? Do you have a swoop boob?
I have a swoop boob, yeah,
That's fine. That's fine. That's
and I
fine.
have like a medium sized areola.
Girl, my areola is "We are the world. We are the champion." I can feed the world with these nipples were made for sucking, okay? Men and
Listen,
child, okay? I'm just like, okay, Lord, this is what you want me to do.
listen. I've ever since I discovered porn, I have had an obsession
Talk
with
about it.
big areolas. Big
Listen,
areolas are the shit to me. I have definitely sucked a
girl,
few
my
titties.
nipples, my nipples are like, you know the key holders at the door.
The
My
key
nipples,
holder.
the key holder hooked at the door. I'm just like, oh my god, look at these nipples. They almost the size of my pinky.
But do you feel like they changed from breastfeeding, or were they
No,
always like that?
been the same from breastfeeding. Put it this way: when I had my first kid and she came out the vagina, and I told them doctors to wipe her off before they put her on me.
Mm-hmm.
I said I put her on my chest, and she found my nipple. I didn't put her on it; she found it. So
Damn.
that'll tell you how big they are. So, listen,
Now I'm
men
super curious. I can't
the men
lie.
have no problem; they always find them. A matter of fact, the last man that I exchanged sexual energies with, he
Mm-hmm.
actually he actually was sucking a little bit too hard. He actually got some nutrition.
Okay, so that's
So
really a thing. Like, even if you
he was like,
haven't.
girl, he was like, "Are you pregnant?" I said, "No." He's like, "Are you breastfeeding?" I said, "No, my child is like 3 years old." He was like, "Then why do you?" I said, "Sir, don't be asking me about my body. Just finish up."
Go with the flow. So literally, I can't have sex without getting my nipples sucked. What about you?
Um, it depends. If they're not doing it with the right aggression and on and offage of it, then
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
because in reality I have talents where I can suck my own titties.
Damn, I really
Yeah.
have to force it. I can't really. I can't do a full nipple in the mouth. I've always been jealous of bitches that could literally like do the full
Uh,
nipple in the mouth. I can't do that. Like my tits aren't big enough.
oh yes. If it was show and tell, I probably would have got expelled in school. So glad the Lord allowed these titties to come to me fully in high school. So here we are.
I'm like, I'm really into getting my nipples sucked. And sometimes I'll correct you just because I feel like I that is like the ultimate turn on for me. Like, if you want these juices to flow, you have to suck my nipples, period.
Hmm. I I don't correct people I don't want to stroke a second time. So if I don't see longevity with you, I'm not gonna correct you. You either gonna be right or wrong, and you're gonna
Okay.
know wrong when I stop picking up the phone and stop coming by.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
We
taking
got
notes from
voicemail.
you. I'm learning from you. You're
Yes,
teaching me.
we're gonna teach tonight. We got voicemails. Okay, let's see.
Okay.
Let's see.
Shout out to the low beam titties. We need them. We love them.
Come on,
Yes, we
Greg.
do.
Come on,
Low beam
Greg.
titties. That is a name. I like that.
Whoop,
Woo!
whoop.
Shout out to Greg.
Hey Shay,
Running
Braille.
Brown. Hey, Bill.
talk your shit. Ride that.
Lord.
Talk about that beefcake and the nipples.
Okay. Are we getting to the beefcake already?
Shay, can you hear me? Cause I don't know how to work this thing. I'm trying to comment and all that.
We can't hear you. We can't
Brown,
hear.
we definitely hear you, baby love.
Oh man.
We
Okay,
definitely
so
hear you.
all right. So okay, the reason why I wanted to do this episode because I feel like women in their 20s need these tips, okay?
Okay.
For women in their 20s, this is going to be the only let me put the tip in that you will ever get in life because men be lying. No man on earth has only put the tip in.
No. That's a
Okay.
starter, but it never stays that way.
Listen.
It's a trick to fully get into you.
Listen. No one has ever. Okay. All right. So
I stopped
for
falling
you,
for that line after
listen.
like the third time.
There's women in their mid 30s and 40s still falling for that shit. Um, for you, how was your experience in your 20s?
I lived a wild ass life, Shan. I
Okay.
enjoyed my 20s. I partied. I slept for less than 4 hours between partying and going to work.
Mm.
I met people, slept with people, never spoke to the people again. Hopefully they don't remember my face because I won't remember theirs. Like, I did it. I did it, and I did it good.
All right. How many times has your heart been stomped out in your 20s?
Once, because literally I chased my high school sweetheart from like 16 to like 24 when I found out from Instagram that he was getting married.
That is rude. That is rude. The audacity.
The
Okay.
audacity.
Well, I'm kind of proud of you that once was the stomping out of your heart. I'm proud of you. I think that is very commendable.
What about you? What would you say for your 20s?
Okay, my 20s was semi wild, but
Okay.
on one particular lover. Okay.
Okay.
Because being in a relationship with him was like being in a relationship with 10 people.
Oh shit.
So, and he was older. So it was all about, oh, we going to fuck school today all the time. So I enjoyed it. But I was always picky. So put it this way, I'm 33 and I'm 33 and my number is still 7.
Congratulations, Shay.
Very picky. So, but to me, like when I'm with someone, I like to devour everything about them, and I need them to devour everything about me. But if you can't meet me there, then we will go nowhere in life.
And see, that's where I am with it now. Like,
Congratulations, you have
when
upped your levels.
yeah, I've upped my levels. When I am in it with you, I want to be in it with you. Yeah. Like, if I have a fuck buddy, I want to only fuck you. I don't want to feel like, oh, you're never really available. Maybe I should have someone else. If that's the case, then I want to leave you alone and I want to get someone else because
Welcome to your salvation. That is where your sanity is.
And listen, that's a tip for the ladies right there. Like, if you feel like you're not getting everything that you want out of the fuck buddy, then replace him because it should be a mutual thing. We should be giving each other what we both need, even though it's not an official relationship.
Yes. And you know what was a good thing for me? I went into my 20s thinking, oh, I need a title. I need to know what this is. Tell me what we are. And then after I got my heart stomped out in my 20s, which felt like living death.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, there is a life beyond wanting to have a fucking title. And that is what I need to be living. Because when you flip the switch on a man and he got more to lose than you do, you get to call. And we ain't got no title, so you can't feel like I owe you an explanation for X, Y, and Z. So for me, my tip for women in their 20s is stop worrying about a title.
Oh
Stop
yeah.
worrying about being his girlfriend. Stop worrying about what you are. Worry about enjoying your motherfucking moments.
That's so. Oh my gosh, Shay. That is so true. But we're giving you 20-year-olds free game because
Yes,
if I knew some of this shit in my 20s, I would have been a better bitch. Like, so much better. I would have been so wicked.
yes.
Like, let's continue because I'm so interested to hear all the tips
Okay.
that you're providing
So
tonight.
I lived in my 20s when flip phones were still a thing. So whenever I was pissed off and you was getting on my fucking nerve, I enjoyed slapping down the face of that phone into that speaker. And I enjoyed you hearing that motherfucking click. And I enjoyed turning off my phone and you couldn't call me. And I have been pulled up on. I have had the doorbell ring and me opening the door and me being dragged out like Uncle Phil throwing out what you call his friend. Listen,
Jazzy Jeff.
listen. I've had it all
Oh
because I'm
shit.
not answering the phone or I was being rude, and I was the type of person where if I wasn't fucking with you tonight for whatever reason, I will completely shut down on you, and then the next day I would see you, I would act like nothing happened.
I struggle with that even today. I struggle.
Girl, men hate that shit.
I know, and I want to be good at it, Shan, because I've seen it work.
It takes
But
practice, girl. It takes practice.
oh my gosh, I suck at that so bad. It's like I want to be mad, but at the same time, I want to fuck you. So it's like, damn, baby. Okay,
Girl,
let's talk about it. Do you at least want to talk about it?
listen, I don't want to talk about it. And the more you don't want to talk about it, the more they be looking at you like you a motherfucking puzzle piece and a 1,000-piece puzzle. Like, so you not mad no more? No? You want to go get something to eat? And they be looking like it's and I don't know if it's because I'm semi-Gemini, but I've learned how to turn my emotions on and off.
Oh
And
my gosh.
for me, what I do is I treat the people I'm with and the way that they get on my nerves like a bank account. So you have a certain amount of what the fucks that I'll give you, and then I'll store them instead of spazzing out on you. I'll store them and I'll get over it. And then once you get to the point where now you got motherfucking overdraft fees, I'm mentally I'm killing your existence. And then emotionally, I'm allowing space for someone to come and replace your seat. And then that next, what the fuck you give me? It's an easy dismissal.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
So for
Women and
me,
you need to learn this.
definitely, I still need to learn this because for me, I'm accepting the what the fucks up until I find someone else that I'm really interested in. And then it's just like, now you're dead. Now I'm just not responding. I'm not fucking with you. I just fade to black.
Girl.
Because
It's
I'm
easier if you do it over a period of time, because once the person really gets in their seat and you're like, okay, I like you here, it's easy to completely delete this person out your phone, block them, and sometimes change your number. I was queen, changed my number. I changed my number about 8 times in my 20s.
yes. Oh my God. Listen, that's another tip. Ladies, if you don't want to change your number, don't. You gotta learn how to block these motherfuckers. When they start calling off these fucking Google Voice numbers and whatever other apps out there, block that shit too. But stop changing your number if you don't want to. I remember going through that stage of constantly changing my number,
Yeah,
like
because we
trying
didn't
to
have
duck
the block
people.
button. We didn't have that on our phone, so we
Exactly.
had it.
And I can only imagine the job opportunities that I missed out on from having
Oh
to
yeah.
update your resume, but then you done already applied for 10 jobs and you're waiting to hear. It's too much. I'm not changing my number. I'm not doing it. I've been this number I've probably had for about 10 years. And I'm solid with this number. Like this is
Oh,
my
yeah.
phone number. Yeah. And I'm sticking to this shit. This is it. I'm not going back. I'm not going
You
back
know,
to that
you
life.
always bug me out. Men that tried to hide their girlfriends from you, and then their girlfriends find out that y'all been talking, and then you go ahead and change your number, and then you get on your nice soapbox one day, and you just hit them with a text, hey, and then they get your new number. My thing is this. Hey, you sitting ass. Oh, I'm waiting for him to do right, assholes. If
Mm-hmm.
you're worried about your man cheating so much, why haven't you made him change his number?
Listen,
Because they don't never change their numbers.
they never change their numbers. And the thing, a bitch like me, I remember I watched this interview of Megan Thee Stallion, and she was saying, like, I'm not running my numbers up. So when I want to fuck, I'm fucking on a nigga I already fucked on. And
Sometimes they
that's,
don't deserve it.
yeah. And then I can't remember who was interviewing her, but they were like, what if they have a girlfriend? And she looked at them like, and like, why is that my problem? And that's literally my energy. Like, look, if you're open to fucking me and we already have that chemistry, I'm going to come back to fuck you. Like, that your
Girl,
girlfriend is your problem. All
girl,
I can worry about
girl,
is me.
Shay. I was that girl in my 20s. I met my second kid's dad when I was 18.
Mhm.
He lied and he told me that he was 25. And then he told me 2 days later, he was like, I lied to you about something. I said, what? He was like, my age. I said, well, how old are you? He was like, I'm 26. That was my first motherfucking sign. Sir, you gonna lie about a year different? So that was my first sign that this nigga just be lying for the sake of lying. Like it's
For
a
no
sport.
reason.
He needs gold medals with diamonds around it, okay? So fast forward, I've been in and out of a relationship with him on and off. While he's supposed to be having this girlfriend. I've talked to her 3 times since I was 18. I'm 33 now, and we now have a 3-year-old. So, women in your 20s, some men, they just gonna lie. Some
Yeah.
men, they wanna fuck, they're just going to fuck. You don't own anybody. Nobody owns you. You don't need to explain yourself to anybody. Don't feel like your relationship is some type of motherfucking ownership, because it's not.
People are experiences.
Yes, moments in time. Like that
That's it.
was a great ride. I enjoyed that roller coaster.
Yeah.
Next. Next.
Exactly. It's an experience. And I'm learning that too, where it's like, man, look, I'm not holding on to anything with this situation. We're either dealing with each other or we're not. If we're not,
Yeah.
then it's cool. Just go ahead. Like, I'm fine with that. The thing that bothers me the most is when they like want to have one foot out and one foot in. Like, I want to be here, but I also want to do X, Y, and Z too.
Girl, I've learned to just be like, okay, that's fine. Because if you sit there and you tell me that, okay, I'm gonna stop doing what I've been doing, they're lying. They're going to do something called damage control for 2 weeks, and they're gonna be back onto their shit. And then if you get one of those girlfriends that keep blowing up your motherfucking phone, like y'all in the relationship, and you explain to her the truth, guess what? She's going to stay. She's going to continue with his bullshit, and he's going to continue with his bullshit. So it doesn't matter. So
It
women
doesn't.
out there, if you're calling other women about the man that you're fucking and he's the one messing up, don't call. Don't call her.
Listen, Shan, I think I called in one time with you and Greg, and we talked about the young guy I'm fucking on and how the
Yes.
girl called my phone.
No,
Listen,
ma'am.
I don't owe you an explanation. I told you. I don't believe that you should be taking that up with the woman. Take that up with your guy. I don't owe you anything. As far as I'm concerned, we were both lied to. You know what I mean? I didn't know about you, just like you didn't know about me. Why the fuck are you calling me?
But this is my thing. Even if I was a woman calling another woman looking for an explanation for why my man piece is having you in their phone and calling you up and making room for you in their life. If my goal isn't to get the information and make a motherfucking move, bitch, put the checker piece down, hang up, don't call my phone no more, go find something to do. Make sure his pajamas is out by the time he get home, because it doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make any fucking sense. At the end of the day, if you're going to stay, cuss that nigga out and then move on. Because you're going to stay. Why make a big riffraff out of the situation? Then I later on found out that the girl had like posted my number on social media and told people to play on my phone. Remind you, there's a big age gap between him and I. And so she's the same age as he is.
And this is why I told you that you need to be charging him. Because if he was really the male in that relationship, the end sayer, she wouldn't even have your phone number.
Hello?
She wouldn't even be calling you, and that wouldn't even be a thing.
That's what I'm saying. You gotta grow some balls. And I've been trying to tell him that.
Young girls in their 20s, they love to put their relationship problems on social media. And we're going to add Cardi B into that mix, because, woman, if you're going to stay there with that husband that you got, stop telling us about it.
Yes, just
because anytime you're having you with the person that you're with and you're dogging them out and you're posting a woman that he's talking to's number on social media and telling people to call, you're just telling people that you're stupid.
Because you're still there.
Yes.
So that's a tip. Ladies, if you're going to stay, suffer in silence. Like, don't spread that shit all over social media for motherfuckers to know that you have a cheating man that you're sticking by. Like, that only makes you look bad.
If you think the community penis is delicious, girl, I love it. It looks good on you. Nobody else needs to hear about it. Nobody else needs to know. And it's okay.
It's okay. Suffer in silence. Take that L personally. At the end of the day, you know, I also learned that, like, when my ex and I parted ways, I didn't post about that shit. I didn't do the whole picture takedown. I just slowly let it die. Like, you won't see me posting him. You won't see us out. Eventually, people will put the pieces together. I don't have to do the whole announcement that, oh, I'm single again, back on the prowl. Yeah. Like, no, I'm not doing that.
Just because that option is there on Facebook to say if you're in a relationship or not, doesn't mean you need to tell the world if you're in a relationship or not. So women in your 20s, don't even mark that shit.
Yeah, my shit has been saying I'm single for like the past fucking 5 years.
Girl, I haven't changed that shit.
I haven't changed that shit. I believe that you have to like what bothered me the most is that when I was in my 20s and I was doing all of the social media sharing, when I stopped doing it, people that I don't even talk to were in my fucking inbox like I was a reality TV show. Like, so are you guys broken up? Are you guys still together? Like, so what's going on with you and such and such? And I'm like,
people don't have nothing to do, and that's why they be digging for your information. Some people watch TV, some people watch reality TV, and some people just go on Facebook to read people's posts.
I'm like, if you're living for this shit in my dry ass love life, then baby, you need a new hobby, because we weren't popping like that for you to really be inboxing me and asking me about this man. And granted, you could be asking me because you have your own personal agenda, but you have the largest balls that I've ever seen to even consider inboxing me about it. Come on.
Girl.
That's another tip. When you're on social media.
Not thick. We got some messages.
Mind your damn
business. They ain't gonna pay attention to the tips. Not all of them, but usually ain't gonna pay attention to the tips. Because y'all don't want the tip. It's y'all. Y'all don't want the damn tip. But I digress. I don't care.
I think it's both of them.
Wait a minute. We're going to hoe school or we going to fuck school? Either way, I need to know the price of admission. Like, do you get snow days? If it's too wet out, like, do you get a day off for that? Is there like a rain delay because the
Too
pussy too
wet
wet?
out, you better be wet
I need to
within.
know. Let me know, because see, I need to not only go there. I need to make sure that I pledge, fraternity. We need to start. We need the WAP fraternity or something like that. Let me know. Yeah, yeah.
Greg, hush. You already got the WAP. You married to your WAP.
That's the exact fucking reason. You are. If I did not. Well, hold on. Are you a Gemini? Because you motherfuckers are crazy.
I am a Gemini.
But that's not good for your health. Holding that shit in is not good for your well being. You'll give yourself a stroke fucking around like that.
Oh no, we won't. This is what we do. Whenever I'm pissed off, I put my aggression into other things, and then I might put my aggression into the thrust that I throw back at you, and you gonna think everything is all right. I'm gonna bust your head open.
Women in their 20s need to stop getting the books confused. There's a wife book and then there's a girlfriend book. And stop shacking. I mean, you're doing things that a wife is normally doing. So basically, you putting miles on yourself and doing things. He can pay a maid. He can pay a cook. Even a whore gets paid.
Yes.
So basically, you being his whore when he can't make you an honorable woman.
Yes. Listen.
Super firstborn, preach.
Don't be in there cooking for him. Don't be washing his clothes. Listen, just don't do it, because what you're going to do, and this is even if he makes you his girlfriend, what you're going to do is stall him out from the next level of where you want to be, because you're already doing the other shit that requires you to be on the next level. So why the fuck would he level you up?
That's so true. Like I said, this shit is real. I'm learning to. And you know what? I grew up in like a household where I watched my grandmother do all of those things. Literally.
For her husband, right?
For her husband, yes.
Okay.
But because I watched it for so long, I felt like mentally I was programmed that way, to the point where I'm like, okay, when I cook, I make your plate first. I'll eat after. If you need something.
For my husband.
Yeah, for your husband. But you don't think like that when you're thinking this is the one, like, oh, this is the one, like, this is it.
Okay, so we are in our 30s now. Do you still believe that there is the one?
Nah, I'm over that shit.
Me either. I don't believe in no motherfucking soulmates. I don't believe in the one. I believe in the one that checks off the most shit that I need.
Listen, if you can't do anything for me, then everything is X'd out. Don't even ask me for anything. Don't, you know what I mean? Like, let's just keep it simple.
Listen, it's like
I'm a Libra. I'm all about balance. So it's a give and take thing for me. Once I feel like you're taking more than you're giving, I gotta go.
Oh yes. I treat it like bank accounts. So you have like your free checking that has no motherfucking benefits. Then you have your checking and savings that has a little bit more benefits. Then you have your motherfucking IRAs. And I'm just like, give me that shit right there. That's
exactly
a motherfucking investment. Give me that shit right there. And that's how I treat the males that come into my space. If I've already had the free checking and I know that really has no benefits for me at the moment, sir, I can't do nothing with you but look at you.
See, that's it. That's it. So what's
but in your 20s, I feel like you should just be dating,
free,
having fun, protecting that twat. Don't forget to protect that twat. Men really don't ever take, oh, I'm on birth control, I'm on my pill. Bitch, I took vitamins today too, but I'm still gonna strap up this dick. Okay? Protect yourself. Protect your man.
Yourself. Definitely.
Okay? Your 20s are the years that in your life that you should be selfish. Those are your selfish years. You shouldn't be getting married in your 20s. Your 20s are for risk that your 30s, your 40s, and your 50s can afford for you to take. Meaning, don't do no shit in your 20s that's going to give you 25 to life. Don't do no shit in your 20s that's going to have a motherfucking felony on your record and you can't get a job in your 30s and your 40s and you got hella kids. Don't do it to
Hello.
yourself.
Don't do it. Walk away.
Your
Walk.
20s for fucking and leaving. Shout out to Rick James.
And another thing, even if the people around you are doing the dumb shit, you don't have to join in on the dumb shit. Don't
No.
feel like you're obligated to be a part of their dumb shit. It's okay to be the one person that's like, you know what? I don't think this is for me. And the
Because
people,
in actuality, if you want to be a great friend, one of your friends got to have a clean record.
yep, that's
One of
true.
your friends got to be able to take you from point A to point B and have your bail money. Y'all can't all be riding in the car being arrested at the same time. It's not going to work.
Exactly. So it's okay to be that one person that's not always with the shits. Like you gotta be your own person sometimes.
We got messages. What's up in here?
Okay.
What up, though, Shay? What
Murray,
it do?
what
What's
up,
up,
Mike?
niggas? What's up?
Y'all getting into some motherfucking things.
We get
Yes.
into some motherfucking things,
Yes.
baby.
Man, I hope some people are listening to these tips, but I got several nieces, cousins, sisters. I didn't try to give them game to. People go do what they want to do. You feel me?
Fact.
You know, I love this though. I love this. You know, sharing y'all reflecting, going back on old days. But let me tell you something. When you young and you full of calm, you ain't
You
hearing
don't.
shit. Young men
Yes.
do the same thing in their 20s. You just trying to fuck something, bust a nut, and try to get some dollars. But I'm telling you, that's just the way of life. It's a circle of life. Somebody play that shit in the background for me.
The circle of life.
No bullshit. I definitely thought I knew everything there was to know. Like I was grown in my 20s and there wasn't shit. No one could tell me that was going to change my mind about the decisions that I made.
Girl, I thought I was grown when I turned 21. And I remember my ex telling me, girl, you not grown. I'm just like, yes, I am. I'm out here in these streets. Can't nobody tell me shit. I got a key. I got a code to the garage. I'm going to come and go as I please. I'm going to sit on your dick when I feel like sitting on your dick. Even if you driving, I'm going to do what I want. That's how I was thinking. And then my 25th birthday hit, and I was like, God damn. When your 25th birthday hit, you're going to realize that you no longer can be like, oh, my bad, I fucked up. Nobody told me. You can no longer be like, oh, my mom never, or my dad didn't.
Yeah.
Oh, I need someone to pay my $50 phone bill. I miss my goddamn phone bill being $50. My phone bill is $128.
Mine's is $165.
That's disgusting.
Yeah. But you know
So
what? I
you
feel
just
like nowadays we're paying for so much more. Like back then, your phone bill was specifically for your phone. On my phone bill, I literally have iPads and all types of crap on it. So
got gadgets and shit.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, we were winning, but because we were working with so much less than what they have now. These fuckers are so privileged they don't even know.
Listen, if your pussy was really doing the work it needed to do, you had a man to pay for that phone bill in your 20s.
Listen,
Girls, do your work, honey. Do your work.
my little high school sweetheart, shout out to him because he knows who he is if he decided to listen. He was in college making sure that phone stayed on because he knew like he wanted to talk before 9 when those fucking minutes were free. So you had to keep that motherfucking line on. When Mom Duke started tripping and was like, oh, you ran over your minutes and the bill is da-da-da-da. You have to make a way,
Girl,
baby.
minutes was the devil. When you remember when you would have people would call you, be like, call me after 9, click.
Yeah. Or you pick up and be like, I'm gonna call you on a house phone.
Oh yes, the house phone. What are those? What are those?
What are those? It's so crazy because it's like they tell you when you pay for cable, they're like, oh, and you get a free landline. It's like, bitch, you ain't giving me anything. Who's gonna use it? Like, I'm not buying a phone for
I
that.
gotta work for the high ass apartment bills I got. I'm never gonna be home to use my house phone. The only people that have landlines are grandmas and grandpas.
Oh my gosh. My house number has never my grandmother's house number has never changed. So guys used to call me my grandparents' house number from jail looking for me
Not
after
from
I've been long gone from home.
no.
Like, hey,
The,
can I speak to Tina? She's like, she doesn't live here. Who is this? I'm
all
like,
right.
Mom, don't even
I have
accept
a
those
tip.
calls. We're not talking to them.
You just reminded me of a tip for women in their 20s. If you find yourself in a compromising position and you don't have backup and you're a lady and you somewhere act like you know, get you some merch. Act like you know, get you some merch. Shop She Gets It on Teespring. The link is in the bio. Don't act like I ain't tell you. Hit me up on the Stereo app. Hit me up on Patreon. Hit me up on Red Circle. If you want to go ahead and cross promo, I'm here for you. Hit me up on Twitter. Hit me up at my email, shegetsitpod@gmail.com. Hit me up on She Gets It Pod on IG. I'm not hard to find. Let's get back into this show. Around men and they being really overbearing. They're like, girl, let me get your number. This is what you do. You think of an ex number that you know by heart, preferably his house phone, and you tell them that your name is Stacy. If your name is Stacy, choose a different name. You tell them your name is Stacy and you give them the number. And till this day, I got men calling my ex's dad's house asking for Stacy. You never give them your number. You give them your ex's number that you don't fuck with like that, and you have them call the house and you save your sanity because you just don't want people calling your phone or having access to your phone number that you don't like.
Exactly. That's so true. That is so true. But you know what? They're not even living in the landline life anymore. So this is a problem that they probably won't even deal with.
Hopefully not. We got messages.
Whatever Super Firstborn said, discard. You have to train for the job that you want. So you cannot listen to Firstborn or whatever that person was. You have to train for the job that you want. You have to dress for the job that you want.
Okay.
Not blow jobs. You just gotta get undressed.
You need to start having those conversations in the first 3 dates. You know what the expectations you have, what rules, what you will and will not do, and if we're going to be just screwing, just say so.
Yeah.
And we're going to be open to dating other people, just say so. What's wrong with being truthful? I respect the person that wants to tell the truth. Be on about your business if you can't be truthful.
But that's for people in their 30s. People in their
Yeah.
20s, they trying to manipulate. They trying to run that game that they heard about when they was teenagers. They trying to see what they could get for $5.
Yeah, because I'm at the point now where I'm so honest. Sometimes it can come off as a bit brutal and harsh, but it's just like, listen, I don't want to to waste no more of my motherfucking time. I don't want to waste your time. Like, let's just be real with each other so that we can know what we're getting into before we get into it.
Facts.
Shan, you need me for this conversation. Y'all talking bullshit. You need me for this
We're not doing
conversation.
your logic
For
tonight.
sure.
Might be giving me man logic.
I'm in my 20s and I feel y'all like, I'm learning, y'all, these tips, it just don't go for one man, it go for in general. And I, respect that y'all speaking to some real shit.
Really,
Thank you.
right.
We just trying to save the vaginas and the dicks of the world.
Ooh. Okay. I got a question. This is Mr. D713 with Everything Culture.
Come on, Drake.
Who the fuck came up with that 3-month rule for sex? I've broken up with probably some positive women in their life. I could have been something good to them, but they were childish. That's something that needed to be dismissed. I don't know. Do y'all believe in that shit?
No.
Okay. So when I was 17, I definitely made my ex wait a whole year before I fucked them.
Sheesh, Shan.
I wasn't sucking dick. I wasn't sucking dicks until I was 19. And I'm just like, oh my God, what flavor is this? Where have I been all my life? Because I thought it was disgusting. So
I was
really,
definitely sucking dicks, and I was definitely like, listen, when this past relationship that I just got out of, which was like 8 years long, we fucked on the first night.
oh wow, I
That
never
we,
did.
oh yeah, it's invigorating
Mm.
because the tension is so, when you're attracted to each other, the sexual tension is so high. In the back of my mind, I thought about it like, God damn it, what if he doesn't talk to me anymore after this? Da 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 da. But then it's just like, fuck it, YOLO.
Mm.
And look how long we really tried to stick it out. We really tried to push it through the
So
wire.
why
We
did
did.
it work?
Why didn't it work? Because we just want two different things. I think that he wants to do the Janet and Jermaine Dupri thing where it's like we'll be together for 15 fucking years with no real commitment. And I'm just like, I'm not signing up for another 8 years of this. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah, but he's still a great person. Shout out to him. Like, I love him still, you know what I mean? And he compliments me on the woman that I am and everything else. He knows that it's him.
That's so
And I can
sweet.
appreciate it. Yeah, I appreciate a man that can be honest and be like, definitely I'm the issue. Like, but
You know,
you definitely deserve more than me.
I wish that even if we broke up with our exes, we can do dick recommendations. Like, I would definitely recommend my ex's dicks to women out here because it's not that they're horrible people, they're just not people for me.
Fuck that. I'm not recommending that dick to anybody.
Oh, so you're still attached to the dick. Okay, I'm
I'm
sorry.
still
I
attached to the
apologize.
dick. Even though I'm on my escapades, but I still would slap a bitch for that dick. So it's
I
right now.
apologize.
I'm not quite there yet. Now I do have some dicks that I would be willing to spare. Yes, there are some guys that I would definitely pass on, and if a friend happened to talk to them, I'd give them the go ahead. Like, oh girl, yeah, that was so long ago. Do whatever. You know what I mean? But
Okay,
that
so that's
one,
kind of weird. I don't believe in forever ownership on dicks. Like, if I've had it, I'm done with it. Girl, I'm not gonna be mad that you want that.
yeah, but it just
But
hasn't been long enough for me.
all women are not like that.
You know what? That is a good listen. You're right. All women are not like that. But I would really like to hear from more women on this. Why do you feel like when you have been apart from a person for over a year that you still have ownership of the dick? Let the
Girl.
dick
Okay, so
go.
I'm not gonna say no names, but I have a best friend that's in a relationship right now with a great guy. She's happy, she's busy, and he pampers her, right?
Mm-hmm.
Any fucking ex that she sees on fucking social media moving on in his life with a girlfriend, fiance, or he's getting married, this girl is in tears and she's pissed.
Why, sis? You're doing so well.
And
You
I
have a
said,
good
yo,
situation.
this is not Pokemon. You cannot collect all the dicks. Once once you're done with the dick, you have to release the dick. All your emotions are invalid because if you roll over, the man that you have is right there.
Yeah. Especially when you have a good one. It's different when you're in one of those suffering silent situations where it's like, damn, I really passed up on a good thing and you're watching it go to someone else. But when you're literally in a great situation, let that old shit go. Let
Girl,
the dick go.
he in this man's house like, gotta catch 'em all, Pokemon.
A Pokemon.
Listen,
And when I say 3 month rule, I'm talking about 3 month rule before we can mess up some sheets. Throw away a mattress. All that good shit.
throw away a mattress. What kind of wetness you giving, right?
Yeah, I
A
don't know the
real
type of
tip
super
for
soaker.
women in their 20s is to learn how to get dudes without your physical attributes, because those wane, and eventually all you're left with is you. So just learn. Like, try being funny. It's
Try
hard, but try being funny.
as long
Try
as you
something.
acknowledge that it's hard.
But you have to learn how to get men without your physical attributes, because
I
eventually they go away and all you're left with
I
is you.
I agree with you, Mike, because my ex that was 7 years older than me, he taught me about how to get men to do things that you want with your womanly woes. Do you know about womanly woes?
No, share, please.
So basically, he was saying like your character, the way you carry yourself, the things you say, the way that you may encourage him, um, the way that you can like change his mood over a period of time and not demand too much, learning when to shut the fuck up was so fucking vital to my fucking 20s. You have to, women in your 20s, you have to learn to shut the fuck up. You get better behaved dick when you shut the fuck up.
That's very true.
Sometimes, if a man wants to feel right, that he's going the right way with his directions, let that motherfucker get lost. And bitch, you just look out the window. You don't
That's it.
say shit. You look out the window.
At the end of the day, nagging gets you nowhere. Nagging is such a turn off. Like, I've even had these conversations with like my mom and my aunt where we're like, oh man, we don't want to be like grandma. We don't want to be like
Oh
that. Like, you
no,
see it,
Granny.
Granny will nag a motherfucker to death. And it's like, you see that shit and you know how bad it irks your nerves, but then you're doing it to someone else and you're thinking like, well, they're not hearing my viewpoint and blah, 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 blah. But it's like, sometimes you just gotta let that shit be and shut the fuck up. When he's ready to talk, he'll talk to you. If he
The
doesn't want to
best
share it, he won't.
the best time to have those discussions about what went wrong today are after both of you are tired, exhausted, sweated out. That wet spot is in the middle of the bed because y'all done fucked each other to pieces. And you say, you know what? That was good as fuck. But you know what really pissed me off today? And he gonna be more open to be like, what? And you just tell him. And it's not aggression. The aggression has left because y'all done sweated it out of each other.
Yes. What
Now
would
is
that be
y'all
called?
can have that discussion on, okay, what's another way that we could have handled X, Y, and Z, and then y'all just have an understanding so that shit don't happen again.
Yeah. But what would you call that after sex conversation? Like that to me is like a vital part of a relationship. Like I've had so
Therapeutic.
many it is. I've had so many like after the nut conversations with a guy like that were really like deep. And
Shay,
it was like they were opening up and like sharing things that they never would talk about.
you know you really care about a man when you can sit or lay in the bed with him and have a discussion while his dick is soft sticking to his thigh. You know, you care a little bit too much when you watching that soft ass dick lay on his thigh and he telling you about, man, I ain't with that shit. Da 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 da. Uh huh. Your dick just looking pathetic and just like, okay.
I hear you.
But It's a learning thing in your 20s. You'll get it.
The young man that made the response about forgetting about what I said. That's the man. That's the man that women in their 20s need to avoid. You don't get nothing for free. You know, a woman of quality is never going to come to a person with a man with that type of thinking. A woman of quality is not going to entertain a man with that type of thinking, even in their 20s. A woman that knows themselves in their 20s, which, it'll probably be 50% of us, you're not going to get nothing for free. Please.
All right, Mike.
Hey, Shay 2 times spitting. Like, listen to that. Best happiness, joy. You know what you want. He know what he want.
As far as if I done got the best miles off of that Cadillac, basically penis, if I got the best miles off of that, shoot, I ain't even thinking about that. I'm trying to get something with better rims and less miles on it, and that has a candy coat paint. I'm not trying to go back to no old penis.
Yeah. That's another thing, ladies. Learn that it is good to just not go back. Never go back.
Okay, so this is my issue in my 20s. I still to this day, I don't like the idea of training new peen.
I'm talking about love wise. As far as sex is sex. But as far as like giving people when you're emotionally attached to an individual and you're giving them just multiple opportunities to keep hurting you, you have to learn that if it didn't work the first time, it's not going to work. You have to let it go. Like, you have to let it go.
Let it go.
Definitely through my 20s, through my mid to late 20s in this situation and into my 30s, I did learn that this is really the end. But I'm cool with that because it's okay to let it go. We've had our run, like Firstborn said. You know what I mean? I got all the miles that I could get out of that ride. Now it's time for me to find a new whip.
Trade it in, honey.
Funny is not hard for guys, though. It's hard for women, but it's not hard for guys.
Some guys are cheesy as fuck. It makes my nipples cave in.
When did women in their 20s think that somebody supposed to be paying for your hair and your nails? I mean, that is I have a son, so that is a turn off. Your self-maintenance is stuff that you need to be doing yourself.
Right.
Stop asking men to be taking care of your self-maintenance.
But you know what's so crazy? I live in Atlanta, and a lot of women don't ask men to take care of them. Men come to you, and they have come to me and be like, hey, you should let me take you out because I'm going to do this for you. I could do this for you. Like, sir, are you selling me a car or are you selling me your dick?
Listen, Firstborn, some women don't have to ask. Some guys just do.
Yeah.
I've definitely had a fair share that were just because they like certain things or because I said that I wanted certain things, they would just do it. I didn't have to ask. I was never raised that way. My grandfather always put it in my head that the less you take from a man, the better. Like, he can't hold anything over your head. But sometimes you have those ones that legitimately just want to see you happy or just want to put a smile on your face, and they just do those things.
And sometimes those men come from a relationship with a woman that demanded those things. So they think the next woman is going to demand those things. But then they come across me, and when a man comes to me and it was like, and they say, oh, I could do this for you. Let me go ahead and buy you this, or let me go ahead and do this for you. It's a turn off because I feel like you're trying to buy me and nobody told you that I was a prostitute. Nobody told you that I was needy. If you feel like you need to give back to humanity, you can go downtown and go feed the homeless, sir. I hate that.
I don't condone violence, but a lot of women that do nag have gotten a bit slapped up in the face. Like I said, I don't condone violence. But when you speak to a man the first time and he don't hear you, you wait a while. And if you don't speak to, and if he doesn't listen to you the second time, then just forget about it. Obviously, he don't value your opinion.
Yeah.
Facts. I repeat myself. Women in your 20s, don't repeat yourself. Just replace it.
Yeah. Because they definitely hear you. And that's what I mean about the nagging. Like, nagging doesn't change the situation. They
Yeah.
heard you the first fucking time you said it. They just
Yeah.
didn't give a fuck. You know what I
For sure.
mean? So you gotta rearrange your energy and carry it the same way.
You know what the scariest thing for a man is? When he
What's that?
knows he should be doing better and he knows he fucked up and he comes in or he gets around you and you're not mad, you're not upset, you're not in his face, you're not angry, and you're very calm.
Yeah. Because it's like, what the fuck is going to happen next? What's going on in her mind? Why is she not tripping?
Listen.
Sometimes you get a better response when you carry it like that, I think.
Yeah, they start confessing about shit you ain't even ask them about.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man.
Look, I feel like, okay, so what do you think about this?
Mm-hmm.
We were talking about friends that can't let go of exes or they still have some type of attachment, right? We had someone call in yesterday and talk about like their friendship slash relationship with like their baby father.
Mm-hmm.
And how even though the baby father has like a new partner, they still linger. Like they still linger and they have these little moments of flirting and she's cool with the new girlfriend.
I feel like that's super tricky. It's like my first kid's dad where we're cordial. I allow him to come visit my house to be around his daughter around her birthday, which he will do at the end of this month.
Mm-hmm.
But sexually, there's nothing there.
Mm-hmm.
When he comes, he's usually on the phone with his girlfriend. When he comes, he'll either sleep in her room or sleep on my couch. But we're cool. So because I know my pussy is not calling him,
Mm-hmm.
he would love to sit inside my comfy couch, but that's not happening because this fool doesn't understand that. So we have a whole 6-year-old because you didn't know how to get up off of this. Okay. So I'm not
Mm-hmm.
to allow you to be in that position. So if you feel like you don't have any willpower around your ex, or you don't have any manners where you don't call this man after 9 o'clock if it ain't about the kid. You don't sit on the phone and have key conversation unless you, his girlfriend, and him are having key conversation. It's just something that, why are you wasting your emotions on a dead situation?
Yeah, definitely. I don't know. I just, you know what? As a woman with no children, I just ain't fucking with it. I feel like it's just a tricky situation. You can't trust it. Like you said, if you were to give him the opportunity, he would definitely take it. And I feel like that's a lot of people's situation. And most of the time, both parents are with the shits.
Yeah.
And another tip, ladies, just because you're sitting on the damn phone or you're texting or whatever or FaceTiming, it doesn't mean shit isn't going down.
Oh yeah.
Maybe not at that moment,
Oh yeah.
but it can still be happening. Don't think that that's like a scapegoat. Like, oh, I'll call her real
Girl,
quick. Show some.
my ex then got me pregnant. Um, and his girlfriend knew he got me pregnant. And whenever she would call his phone, he would take the phone call outside of my driveway. I'm just like, sir, why are you outside taking the call? The plane has landed. We are now
Right.
like, she knows where you're at. Like, I'm not
Maybe
understanding why you feel the need to go in the driveway and have this conversation. And I feel like it was his illusion of, let me keep my other relationship separate and keep this separate as if it's not happening. But the reality is, she knows. That's why she's calling you right now. And I know that you're calling her. And when he came in the house, I was like, you don't have to go in the driveway to talk to her. Like, I'm not going to say, as soon as she picks up the phone and y'all talking, hey, let me suck your dick. I'm not going to say that. So it's not no secret that we have a kid. It's not no secret that you have a girlfriend. Why do you feel the need to still hide something? And some people just have a habit of always hiding what they're doing and not being truthful. That's their comfort zone.
Yeah. Yeah, see, I agree. That's true. I
And
don't, yeah.
that's
What is the
unfortunate.
point? I wonder, did you ever ask him like why he does
But
it?
he struggled at that time being honest with himself. So me asking him that question was pointless.
Okay.
Because it was like, I knew the answer, he knew the answer, but the answer would never leave his lips. That pride and that ego is something else. And in the case of being cool with your ex and them always being open to the pussy, if it's an option,
Mm-hmm.
her dad will say to me, whenever he would try to attempt to get pussy, and I'm just like, sir, I'm not doing that. He would say, I don't understand why I gotta work backwards. Before you would give me the pussy. Now you're not trying to give me the pussy. Nigga, I'm not trying to give you the pussy because I don't want no more kids.
Right.
Like, it's amazing to have a man that can hold his skeet. But when you have a man that can't hold his skeet and just always throwing his meat, resist.
I can go so deep into that.
Girl, I need a man so scared to shoot up my club that we both got our feet on the pedal of, let me get up out this pussy. Let me get up off
Listen,
this dick. Like, I want you to be as terrified as reproducing like I am.
that's what I need. I need that. I need that. And you know what I always say, like I said, I'm very blunt about certain things. So I always have this conversation of like, yeah, I don't really want any children right now. Like I
Don't
made it this far. I don't want to I don't just want to have children and be like a baby mother. I don't want to do that. I could have done that if I wanted to do that. I'm not trying to do that now.
right.
And it's like that goes in one ear and out the other. And you have those people that are the guys that are like, oh, if you wanted one, I would give you one. It's like, bro, why do you even think I would want that with you?
I'm not
Ladies?
asking you for snacks, nigga. You have some men that will tell you, oh, I don't want to use condoms. Oh, this pussy is closed. And then you have some men that'll tell you, we'll just keep a couple of plan B's in the house just in case. No, the fuck we won't.
No, because, and that's another thing. Guys, stop being so fucking selfish. We don't even know what that really does to your body. Constantly taking those plan Bs, what is that doing to your reproductive system? You know what I mean? Why, especially if it's someone that you claim to care about, why even risk that for them when you can just pull
They
yourself out?
like their dick warm and wet.
The mouth is warm and wet. Transfer it.
If you need me to sip some hot tea, some peppermint tea, before I go ahead and engulf this dick in my mouth, I will do so. But what we're not about to do is risk another mouth up in here because I don't want it.
I don't want it. I don't want it as you walk away and watch us stare out at you pulling out of the driveway from the window. I don't want it.
No, I don't want it. Your
But
20s are for joy and fun. Your 20s are the years you enjoy treats and body challenges. And when I say body challenges, meaning you're doing things with your body that you cannot do in your 30s. Because Lord knows, don't a man better not ever ask me to get on my motherfucking knees. These knees ain't no good.
oh my, why when you said that, the first thing I thought was like, I have to tell Shane, man, these knees are different.
These
These
knees
knees
no good.
are, I don't know what the fuck Meg is drinking, but I need to start sipping on it because these knees can't go half as long bent
She
over
got
like that.
20s knees. Listen, my knees in my 20s, I could squat on the dick for at least 10 minutes.
Yeah.
You
I'm
want me to
definitely
now?
I'll give you 2 to 3 minutes. I can do that.
You better than me. You better than me.
I can give you 2 to 3 minutes before I'm like, okay, let's switch.
No.
But yeah, definitely the knee. My left knee even makes a noise when I'm like going up and down.
It's always clicking during the movements. It sounds like you're changing gears in a vehicle.
I'm
We
hoping
about to
that
kick it up.
I'm hoping that the guy I'm currently exchanging with just thinks it's the bed. It's the bed, sir. It's the
Oh
bed. It's
no,
not me.
it's definitely my knees. My knees is hard. And don't let me get a Charlie horse. We both have to stop. Pause. Let me get this one, girl. Charlie.
When my ex used to talk about Charlie horses, I thought he was over exaggerating until it happened to me. I was like, why are you laying there like that? Damn, how'd you get soft? What the fuck? Well, it cannot be that bad. But when it happened to me,
enjoy sucking the dick without any jaw locking. My jaws be locking, honey.
See, I haven't experienced that yet.
You put your dick in here, you'd be lucky if you get it back. Listen, don't enjoy in your 20s all of that mouth itch, okay? I feel like
my gag reflex has changed. I feel like I'm just not as ruthless as I once was. Like now, I don't know if I'm getting acid reflux.
Somebody needs to come lock you up.
I think I'm getting acid reflex now. Like things are changing.
Oh yeah.
At one time I was the goat, but now, yeah. Tum.
Listen, I used to chew Tums like they were candy. I definitely chewed Tums like they were candy, not knowing what it was for. But I feel like in your 20s, women, you have to pick up all your endurance in your 20s. That way, when you get to your 30s, your body won't be in shock when you're trying different things. Because it does happen. If you don't use it, you motherfucking lose it.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
So if you have a friend in your 20s, don't try that shit in your 30s.
You'll break your fucking neck. We're just being honest.
Your doctor gonna be like, man, we're gonna need for you to run on the grass, not on the pavement. These knees cannot take this impact.
Shan, I blew my back out. I had to go to the emergency. I had to call. I was having sex. And this guy was just, I guess he was trying to show his talent, like all the different things that he could do.
Oh my God.
I was fine that night. I politely hugged and kissed him, locked my door, went to bed. I woke up the next morning. I could not fucking get out of the bed. I couldn't move my legs. I thought that I don't know what, it was painful. I don't know what happened. So I had to call my mom to use her spare to come in to get pain medicine so that I could take it and like lay there for a while and let it kick in so that I could slouch over enough to get dressed and go to the emergency room. Like I literally pulled something in my back.
Oh shit.
In my 30s. I never knew it could get this real so soon.
Oh God. Listen, these 30s ain't shit. I'm still waiting for my 30s to be shit. Okay. What else? In your 20s is when you should get your guap up and travel. Work as many jobs as you want in your 20s. If you don't like the job, quit and work somewhere else. And don't work for people who disrespect you. If you feel disrespected, you don't gotta work there. You have
Get the fuck
options.
out of there. You're so young, and you can go on and find another job and have someone there that respects you much, much more and appreciate your work.
Facts.
Fuck these jobs.
For the jobs that you do like, talk to as many people as possible, because the jobs that you get in your 20s can be connections to the jobs that link you in your 30s.
That's very true. I literally still have, that's why I won't change my phone number. I literally still have one of my old supervisors that will call and say, "Hey, are you currently working?" I'm like, "Look, I'm always working, lady. I have to work." And she's like, "Oh, because such and such has a role here and I thought of you and da 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 da." That's another thing. Always leave like a good impression, no matter the circumstances at that job. Continue to be who you are. Be true to who you are. You know what I mean?
Right.
Even if the person doesn't appreciate it, someone has noticed it and they will come looking for you later on.
Facts. What else? Your 20s are not for marriage. Your 20s are not moping around. Your 20s are not for loneliness, okay? You too young to be goddamn lonely in your 20s. That's not what we doing.
You should definitely have multiple options.
Listen. I ain't never met a dick that made me feel lonely in my 20s.
I feel like you shouldn't be lonely in your 30s either. The hell with that.
I am lonely in my
Why the
30s.
fuck are you lonely,
But I'm not
Shan?
desperate. It's different.
Okay.
Lonely, like, I would like someone to hang out, dick me down, and dip. And I feel like he respects his dick in my absence. That lonely. But not lonely like, oh my God, I just want to wake up with somebody, because I don't. Not lonely
Yeah.
like I need somebody to take me out and talk to me throughout the day, all day, every day, because I don't.
Yeah.
So yeah, I might be
Okay.
slightly lonely, but not desperate. But
Okay.
yeah,
Okay. So we're kind of in the same boat where it's like, well, right now I'm not lonely because, I have my little situation. But other than that, I get what you're saying. I mean, I don't know. I don't want anybody. I don't want anybody in my space. And in my 30s, I've become so comfortable, like being alone and in my own space. Like I don't have to worry about anybody else. I don't have to, it's my space. I relish in this shit.
and that's scary, because when you get to your 30s, your 20s, that's cool. If you don't want nobody around, fine. You don't need nobody around. You should still probably have roommates. If you're doing really good, you probably won't have roommates. But in your 30s, if you spend X amount of time being single, it's going to be hard as fuck to get in the mindset of sharing your time with somebody, having someone in your space, especially if they big as fuck. I'm always talking to somebody that's way bigger than me and can't fit in my motherfucking queen bed, don't fit on my motherfucking furniture. Damn near almost touching my ceilings. So you just big as shit for no reason. You can't be here this long.
I actually had somebody break a chair, and I'm like, bro,
See?
how the fuck did you break my chair?
And then they
Get the
come in
fuck
your
out.
place and be like, man, you need bigger furniture. No. No,
You're
I
big in
don't.
here.
Yes, you too big in here.
Yeah, I'm not replacing shit. If you're uncomfortable with what I have, there's always the option to replace it and buy me something better.
This is
But if,
why it is vital for you to have the joy of going to a man's place, getting your fuck on, and dipping without explanation.
I need more of that.
Listen, I tried it and I'm just like, oh, so men are just out here motherfucking living life because you get to choose what you put on when you leave. You get to choose when you leaving. You don't have to sit around and hang out. They ain't never got no snacks that you like. You get tired of seeing them. They not worth 2+ hours of fucking. So let me go do the rest of my errands, sir. Don't call me. Don't text me. I'll text you. Peace.
Oh my gosh, I'm so envious. I don't know why. And even like I have someone right now that has his own house, but for some reason, he wants to always come here. And I'm like,
No,
bruh,
no.
let
You
me
have
come to your crib.
this is what you got to do. You got to get ready and prepared to go to his place on a day where you know he's home and call him when you halfway there and be like, "Hey, I was around your place, just seeing if you was
Oh,
home. Gonna pop up real quick." And he gonna be like, "Oh yeah, come through." He gonna
yeah,
tell
I
you
mean,
go home.
that's what they do to us anyway. So, I mean, why
Yes,
not? You're right. Be like, oh, I was in the
they
area,
love to fill in the afterthought fuck.
but I'm not with the shits. Literally, I'm quick to be like, well, I had plans, or I'm not home. I can literally be butt naked in bed
Oh,
watching Netflix.
I love saying I have plans and I ain't got shit to do but sit on my couch and watch. I love telling them, oh, well, I got something going on tonight. Nigga, don't ask me no other questions.
That's another tip. Even in your fucking 20s, it's okay to not want to be bothered. To want to lay in your bed and watch Netflix and lie about it. Like, it's okay. We don't
No,
always
not
want to
even
escalate
lie
this.
about it. Learn to enjoy the freedom of telling the fucking truth and not worrying about a motherfucker's feelings. And that can go for women who have women friends, and that could go for men and women. Like, stop giving people answers that you feel like they'll be more comfortable with. Because what that does is it creates this need to tell somebody what you think they want to hear instead of what the fuck they need to hear.
That's true. That's so true.
Like if he calls and he's like, why ain't you text me back last night? Because you wasn't really talking about nothing and I wanted to go to sleep. Like, what can you say?
It's so okay. So Shane, you're brutally honest all the time.
I feel like at my age, that's what you need. Like, if you would like me to sit on the phone with you a lot longer, have something to say that's engaging. Like, you can't be in your 30s taking someone's time in their 30s having surface talk.
Yeah, that's true. And we're breathing. I just had this conversation with one of my girlfriends. She was like, I literally like told him that I was getting in the shower and I'm sitting on the phone with you, but I didn't want to talk to him because we don't have anything to talk about.
So many
And
women do.
I stopped doing that so many years ago. When we are on the phone, the conversation is, so where are we about to go? Where we fitting to eat at?
Yes. And that's a pro and a con because I've talked to a man that had great conversation where they can like switch in conversation about different topics and it's a good flow to the point where you look at your phone and you've been fucking talking on the phone for 6 hours,
Oh yeah.
5 hours, and you just like you be talking to yourself in your head like, bitch, we not even in a relationship with this person. Why the fuck are you giving this person your time? And then especially if y'all never gone anywhere, y'all never dated, and you like this person conversation wise, that's fucking scary because what if y'all actually meet and his looks and his character and his mannerisms don't match his conversation?
Damn. I feel like the no talking stage for me is after we've done all of the niceties and we've had every conversation that we could have, and we know each other so well where it's like whatever we do want to talk about, we'll do that when we're in together in person. That way we'll have a conversation, have something to discuss. But I have a friend. His name is Greg, not our Greg, but another Greg. And we can literally sit on the phone for hours and talk about everything. His conversation is just vicious, but we are literally just friends. He has a girlfriend and
That's
everything.
different. A male friend you could do that with, but a man friend that's trying to get in your guts, no.
No, you saying that's off
Unless
limits.
you tried the guts and you agree with the dick and everything, cool. But otherwise, don't even do it to yourself, because I had to stop myself from talking to this dude because I'm just like, sir, you like documentaries too? Sir, you like to read? Sir, you can make a complete sentence. Sir, when you text me, you actually spell things right. But I haven't never met you. Nah, I can't be doing this right now. I got other shit going on. Like, it's been that.
So wait, you're bothered by people that misspell things when they text?
Hell yeah.
Me too. I think the one that gets me the most is how you doing? How you doing? How you doing?
Listen, abbreviations kill me.
Oh my gosh. Don't
Men
you
who
are don't
send
you're
listen, men who send fucking unwanted dick pics kill me.
unwanted dick pics end up in group chats, guys. Let me just let you know that right now. If we didn't
Yeah.
ask for that shit, or if we're not having a conversation where we feel like I'm leading you into believing I want to see your dick, don't send me a picture of your fucking dick. Sending dick pics doesn't necessarily mean that I'm going to want to fuck you. It just doesn't. I don't care if it's a nice dick. Just don't
Listen,
do it.
don't
Every
send it.
conversation doesn't warrant that.
Don't send it to me. And if you sending me a dick pic, make sure that I've already tried it and I like it. And make sure that you are at my door ready to serve me. I don't want it.
Should we listen to some of our messages?
Ladies in your 20s, please stop telling men how many relationships you done been in and how many boyfriends. I'm from the South, and women don't kiss and tell in the South. You know, there has to be some type of mystery. If you got like over 250,000 miles on you, you really think some man gonna wanna wife you? Get out of here.
See, I don't know about that life.
Y'all
I
gonna
don't care
talk
if my
women into
number.
being single through their 30s too.
No,
That's real
Mike,
scary.
shut up. No, we're not.
I agree. Them damn Charlie horses is nothing to play with. Shoot, me messing with a darn dude that was a decade younger than me. That Charlie horse is nothing to play with.
Pause. Can I have a brief intermission, please?
What? Hold on. See, you hit me with the confusions, Shan. Shan number one.
What?
Well, you Shay and Shan, but Shan, you hit me with the confusion because
What
you
happened?
don't swallow. That shit
I don't
boggles me.
swallow. My body is not your child's swimming pool. I do not swallow. I will politely take your kids to the sink and spit.
Oh, if I love you, I'm drinking all of you. That's it.
I
Period.
think swallow for my husband, okay? I will be the
Oh,
freak of your for my
you're
husband, but
preserving it. That's cute.
mm-mm. This is a kiddie pool, and that kiddie pool is gonna be released into the lawn, and sometimes the lawn will go down the pipe, and I am not. No, I feel like men's cum tastes like hot snot.
But it's already in your mouth.
I don't give a fuck. It's going to be released. It's going to be released. I'm going to treat it like that nasty pink thick medicine that your parents be trying to give you back in the 90s. I'm not swallowing it. No.
Wait a minute. Did Shay just say she was the goat throat? Unbelievable.
She said what she said, Greg.
I said
Dude,
what I
I'm gonna
said.
left you in the wheelchair. Salute to you, brother.
Definitely almost paralyzed me. Definitely.
You almost died for the dick.
Listen. You haven't lived if you've never died for the dick. Listen, in my 20s, I was definitely almost drowning in showers from sucking dick in showers.
Okay, see, I really don't like doing anything in the shower. I don't like sex in the shower.
Especially when it's not mine.
Yeah, I'll take showers with you, but I don't like performing sexual acts in the shower. It's too much.
I do. I'm gonna leave with that wavy on this pussy and on my head. I'm ready.
Let's get in the shower. Let's wash each other, and then let's get out and do all that nasty shit.
Listen,
that's what
I want. I want nasty shit from the door to the corner of the room to the bathroom. I want to really give this hotel a review by the time I leave.
Okay. Wait a minute. So shout out to Firstborn for talking about the decade difference between her and a partner. Listen,
I like that.
I'm doing that shit right now, Firstborn. I'm feeling it to an extent. It's definitely I'm noticing the difference between like the stamina of a man in his 20s and in his 30s. Yes. It's a big difference.
Yes.
Like
their 20s will keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going.
Long and strong. I'm tired at the end of the day.
You get many at 30 that give you 35 minutes and then they want to cuddle. And then you be looking at them like, sir, I could have went to the gym for the exercise I needed. I did not have to come here. And I'm just like, that's it.
Listen. That's another thing about being single in your 30s. Like, I don't have time for the bullshit. If you're going to come, you got to come back.
It's a gamble.
It is definitely a fucking gamble. And I'm not a gambler.
I dealt with a man that couldn't swim.
Oh, man.
I'm not talking pools. I'm talking pussy. I said, sir, I wanted him to give me a refund of something. And he had nothing to give. And I'm just like, can you please go home?
Oh, shit. Look, if you're I have a guy that's a lazy fuck. Like, and he's a good guy. He wants to wine and dine you. He wants to do all
the rest of it is going to be trash.
Oh, my gosh. When I say trash, the laziest fuck I've ever met. Like, dude, you seen all this ass? You mean to tell me you don't want to get behind it? That's a first. But he's such a lazy fuck. He just wants to lay there. Like, no. I can't fuck with you, Slim.
You can't be no pillow princess, honey. You need to do work. This is how you know like a woman is your match. When she be working your ass out and you be working her ass out. And y'all are earning y'all keep together. Earning your keep together, something is off.
And then you just lay there and relish in the moment after. I like to relish in the moment after a good fuck.
That's if you get the good fuck, but you have to get to the point of you having a good fuck in order to relish in it. Sometimes you just be laying there praying to God that they hurry up and finish so you can really go hit somebody up to go ahead and handle the job.
Yeah, guys, don't be surprised about that. I've definitely had to do a 2-for-1 before. Like,
not a 2-for-1 special. Not the value meal. Can I hit the dollar menu, please?
2 for $1. To get one nut, I had to come across 2 dicks. I had to do it. Like,
Oh,
I was too turned up. The first initial fuck just didn't do the job. I had to go to another drive-thru. 2 for $1 special. I had to do it. I couldn't go home that way. I couldn't go home feeling the way that I felt. Someone had to knock my fucking socks off.
Okay.
I had to call Reliable, and yeah, we worked it out.
I'm glad you. Sometimes, ladies, you got to take things into your own hands.
Yeah.
In your 20s, you should be trying different things, okay? This is your time to try different foods. This is your time to date different people so you know that this person is not for me. Why? Because I've dated multiple people kind of like this, and I know this is not my thing. You need to be going different places, okay? That way you can pick what you really like. Because the worst thing I hate in my 30s is going somewhere with a picky ass man, and the only thing that he logically likes eating is wings and fries.
Chicken fingers.
Sir, there is more to life than just chicken and fries and red rice and beans and the Popeyes drive-thru. You gotta broaden your horizons, sir.
What is that about, though? I've come across a few grown men like that.
Because nobody exposed them to something different, or they have never left their environment and they've never been open to trying new things. And then you try to get them out that box and they stuck on, I don't eat that.
Yeah. I'm like, what's Indian? What's Mediterranean? What's like, dude, what? We're in our 30s. Come on. You got to do better, guys. You have to try new things.
You be like, oh, I feel like having some ceviche tonight. They be like, oh, I don't even drink that. Sir, it is not a drink. It is not a drink.
Listen, I'll definitely eat it in your face if you really feel like you're not going to try it. And don't ever ask me for any of my food. I don't share my food.
It's like a grown toddler.
You're eating calamari and
I hate it.
Chicken fingers.
Listen, and I've tried calamari 3 times to know that I don't like it. And I've also tried wet octopus, which tastes like you're chewing on wet chicken.
Okay, yeah, I've never tried wet octopus, but I mean, listen to what it's called. I know I wouldn't try that. Calamari, though, I love.
Mm-mm.
You can't do it, Shane?
I'd rather have onion rings. But your 20s are also for exploring your body and protecting it. Meaning, don't get to your motherfucking 30s and find out the vagina has multiple holes. You need to be exploring the whole body that you got. So you get to a point where you know what she can do, you know what you can help her do, and you know what you need a man to do in order for her to do what she needs to do.
Hello. Definitely explore your body. I was a late bloomer with that, the whole exploring my body thing and knowing how things work and different things like that. But once I did it, I was like, oh, I'm a woman. I recognize who I am now. I learned a lot about myself.
I think I was 29 years old when I first squirted in life.
Really?
I was 29.
I might have been like 24 or 25.
I had to be coached through it because I thought I was pissing on myself.
Okay, yeah. I think I was like 24 or 25 when it happened.
Listen,
I had to go back because a friend was telling me of her experience, and I'm like, well, what the fuck am I not doing?
Right. It makes you feel like you're doing something incorrect.
Right.
And sometimes watching porn is not going to help you because sometimes that should be fake.
Yeah. I'm more
So
of a
you
homemade porn amateur type I don't like
I
watching the production.
like amateur. I don't mind amateur, but you just have to wow me in amateur.
Yeah, I just can't get with the production films. I feel like it's too much going on in those. The
Oh yeah,
vagina is
if it looks like you're acting, I don't want to watch it.
yeah.
And another weird thing that I do when I watch porn is I watch my porn on like hearing it.
Oh, I have to hear it.
Oh no, I don't want to hear it because I feel like they be extra as fuck. Like, bitch, you ain't moaning, not yet. Not
But
yet.
you know what? That's why I like the amateur, because you don't have a lot of pretenders like you do in the production films. Like, yeah. So you don't you're not into the homemade amateur action, huh?
I'll watch it, but sometimes the amateur ones they have bad people.
Oh yeah, that's true too. Yeah, you kind of
Like,
got to skim.
I'm trying to look at the pussy, your technique, the dick thrust, and you got me here looking at your bad barber work.
Your hairy asshole. Some of them don't even trim it. It's just
Oh,
all hairy ass and hairy balls.
that jungle dick. Listen, man. Listen, man. Listen, do us a favor. If we gotta be doing things to prepare for you, prepare to receive us. We want to see the wang that we are. Sometimes you look at it and it just looks like a dark bush.
A garden of secrets.
Listen, I just want to know what's in there. I just don't want to feel like Tarzan in the jungle while I'm trying to give you top.
I'm not going in a garden of secrets. Fuck that. If you
Because
can't tame your jungle for me, I'm not putting my face is not going in there. I
I
don't know what
agree.
I don't know what may attach itself to me, and I'm
Listen,
not dealing with it.
have you ever gotten a hairball during sex and had to stop the show?
Yeah, I've had a hairball. I've had a few caught in my teeth one time.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
No shame.
Yeah, and you kind of gotta pull it. I gotta pull it because now it's irritating me. It feels like a piece of, like food. I gotta get it out. I gotta stop what I'm doing because you can't tame yourself. And this was a person that I was dating for like a long time. Like that was my high school sweetheart. I had to teach him about like.
I saw a porn the other day and that man had a whole wax on his shit. I'm just like, nigga, fuck this dick suck, nigga. I send you a review about you doing this. Like, I respect the fact that you waxed your shit.
Yeah, I would take it waxed. I don't know why I like to see it. I don't know. I feel like that I like them to be a little bit scruffy where it's like, okay, you shaved or you trimmed. The waxing, I feel like that's straight hoe shit. Like, who's taking care of you this much where you feel like you need to wax your shit?
Okay, so me personally, I don't wax my shit, but in my 20s, I used to be a lot more considerate about my pussy hair, where I probably put your initials in it if it was worth it. Where
Damn.
probably give you a landing strip if you was worth it, or I'll probably ask you your opinion of what you would like her to look like. Now, listen,
I never gave a fuck that much. It's either bald or low. That's it.
oh, you like that Caesar? I like that Caesar personally too.
Yeah.
But right now, in your 30s, a real man don't give a fuck. Don't matter what you got on there, he gonna spit on it. It don't matter. It don't matter.
Shit. In your 20s, they don't give a fuck. Ladies, if you have a hairy pussy, Don't ever hesitate to still have that booty call. The man is going to take the pussy in whatever way it comes to them. Trust me.
Oh, Lord.
They'll still take it. It's a mental game that we play with ourselves. They'll take it as it is. Trust me. I've
Facts.
never had a man complain to my face.
Facts.
In your
Um,
20s, ladies, come as you are.
yes. And in your 30s or in your late 20s, you will find men that will eat you up like soup. Okay. And you won't know where they are. You just know that they're down there doing things. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
In your 20s, you should be demanding your respect. Do not stay where you're disrespected. Don't stay in relationships with males because you feel like this is it. This is not it.
Mm-hmm.
There are more to come.
Oh my gosh. I wish someone would have told me that.
I just see a lot of girls wasting their time, wasting their good years, and then by the time you actually meet a male specimen that you deserve, you're going to be too bitter and hurt by all the damage that was done that you will not be able to receive him.
I'm afraid of being that cat lady.
Oh my God, that cat lady. Listen, the only pussy I would like in my house is mine. But unfortunately, two daughters, so there's three in here. But I don't see myself as a cat lady. If anything, I'll get to the point where my daughters can survive on their own and I'll just be traveling and having a dick.
Yeah. And that's the thing. It's like in your 30s, we talked about this earlier about like being comfortable. Like once you're comfortable in your own space, I'm getting to that point where it's like maybe I will, maybe I won't. But
Yeah.
I'm starting to be really content with that. I don't know if that's a bad thing or a good thing though. What do you think, Shay?
It's both. It's both. It goes back to what I was saying about sometimes we get to a point where we've been single so long that the idea of entertaining somebody in a shared space is like, for what?
Mm-hmm.
For
Yeah.
why?
It starts to sound like work. And
Yes.
when it's been so easy being by yourself, it's like, why do I want to work? I don't want I do enough of that to get paid.
And
I don't want
I've
any
been
more work.
said, I don't want to be in a relationship, not yet, because my patience is too close to the level of fuck it. I don't need it.
Okay.
Once I get towards the middle where it's balanced a 5, then I could probably work with you. But I think my meter is still at an 8, where I'll go ahead and talk to somebody verbally, but physically and mentally being in a relationship still just like, for what? So that's hard. That's
Oh
hard.
no. Yeah, I'm with you on that.
As far as like high school sweethearts, I mean that sounds cute in your 20s, but realistically in 2020, I don't know how many true high school sweethearts are surviving, thugging it out through social media and WhatsApp app and Snapchat and all these ways of beating around the bush to what you actually are on. But if you do have somebody like that, I'm not telling you don't be in a relationship. If it's working, it's working. But if you have an inkling, a womanly instinct that something is the fuck off and something is not adding up, girl, if you don't check it,
Run.
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 Listen, your energy doesn't lie, vibes don't lie. Men be lying their ass off. Even if they care about you, they be lying their ass off because they're not ready to be honest.
I hate that.
Yeah. And
And they
vice
go
versa.
yeah.
Some women are like that too.
it's so much easier when you're honest, though. Like, things flow so much better to me.
Hell yeah. But some people don't be ready to be honest. Also, in your 20s, ladies, your friends are supposed to evolve and they may not grow with you, and that's okay.
Doesn't mean you have to dump the friendship.
It doesn't mean you have to dump the friendship, but once the friendship start getting like really dictating, and I don't want to use this word, but this word will sum it up, toxic to your peace.
Yeah.
You can let it go, and you don't have to say, hey, I'm letting our friendship go. You can slowly dismiss. A slowly dismiss means you text less, you hang out less, you
You
call
fade to
less.
black. That's what I like to call
Listen,
it.
I love that shit. And usually, if the person has common sense, they will keep on. If they're hard headed, they'll keep pressing, and you can just mute them, put them on block, and avoid.
You know, it's so weird dealing with friendships. Like, especially like your childhood friendships that maintain through adulthood, because everyone's everyone has their season. Everyone's life is just different, and people, we're all going through different things at different times.
Right.
And just, you have to learn your friends to the point where you have to treat them kind of like relationships, where it's like, I'm learning you and I know how you work. I know our best way to communicate and different things like that. If you care about the person enough to do that, because it can get hard to maintain friendships once you get into your 30s. Like, people start having children and start having like their husbands, and you're not talking all the time or hanging out all the time, and it's literally like you're putting in work to maintain the friendship.
And that's when you vibe with someone correctly mentally, because I had one of my best friends since high school, me going to high school in Florida, and I haven't seen her in like, I want to say 4 years, and she stopped by my house on Monday, and it was like we talked yesterday. Some people you automatically vibe with like that, and some people you don't. Some people are supposed to grow with your ass, and some people aren't.
Yeah, that's definitely true. Some people you will grow with, and some people you. And then you have those friends that like have been around so long, they become like family. And so you'll fall off and you'll argue and fight, and then you guys will make up later. That's totally normal. Don't
Yeah,
worry about it.
they call and be like, "So is your bitch ass still mad or no?"
Yeah. Bitch, you know I was just playing.
Oh man.
You know I love you.
Right. What else? Your 20s are for opportunities. Do not tie yourself down with kids. Do not tie yourself down with sometimes he has males. Do not tie yourself down with dead environments. And do not tie yourself down with negative relatives, because shit, they gonna be there when you get back.
Oh my gosh, that's so true. That is so true. I've always wondered, like, what keeps people, like people that want to do adventurous things, like they want to go into the Air Force or they want to relocate to another state. What stops them from doing that? Like, is it
I
because of your...
feel like it could be friends and family that don't encourage them to do things that will better themselves, where your friends and your family can be selfish and, oh, I want to have you around all the time, I don't want to ever not be able to have access to you. And those are the people that hold you back, because sometimes people can love you to death, and the death could be the demise of your opportunities in your 20s.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if you ever had like somebody tell you, "Oh no, don't go to that school because I'm not gonna get to," or "Don't move there because you're gonna be far away." Listen, ain't shit far away.
You know what? I didn't have anyone do that to me, but I watched my mom do that to my sister. She like guilt tripped her
Yeah.
into not going away. And I was so angry. I was more so angry with my sister because I tried so hard to drill it into her head that this is your life. You only have this one life, this one opportunity. Once the time passes, that's it. You know what I mean? It's like, don't make the same mistakes that I did. If you know what you want to do and you have this plan and or this idea in your head, run with that shit. You're young. If it fails or if you fuck up, you'll still maintain. You can come back and start all over again with something new.
Facts. And you're supposed to fuck up in your 20s. That's what it's for. Like, that
Exactly.
is your time to fuck up. Nobody is going to respect you fucking up in your 30s. Nobody's going to respect you fucking up in your 40s. When you in your 50s fucking up, you probably gonna go to jail.
Listen, when you're in your 30s and 40s fucking up, people are going to start you. No one can respect a 40-year-old fuck up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? No one's sticking around to see the outcome of that because they already feel like you've given up on yourself.
Yeah. So do all of that shit in your 20s. Negative environment, like dead environments. What I mean by that is like, I don't know. I'm from Philly, and Philly is like a stagnant old city. And basically, the people that you went to high school with, that's on the block working like a regular retail job, or they working in fast food, I could go there today, 10 years later, and they still in the same house, still worried about the same shit, still fucking with the same people, probably gained some weight, not doing nothing positive, hanging out on the stoop. And it's just like this revolving circle of going nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes if you stay around the place where you grew up and you don't go explore or travel anywhere else, you won't learn anything new. You won't be open to anything new. And you'll find yourself 25 years deep in the same city, not knowing shit, or not knowing
Stagnant.
that, not knowing that your life can be better in a completely different city, and it could be easier, and your kids could have more opportunities, and you can meet a better caliber of men in other states, because woo wee, the males that live in Philly are woo wee. So
Who-wee, was that the
woo wee. Okay, no explanation needed. So just enjoy your fucking 20s. Like, don't be tied down by, man, everybody having babies. Who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck?
Let them have babies and continue to not have babies.
Everybody's in relationship. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
There is a way to enjoy yourself, enjoy your sexual energy sharing, and not be tied down into a relationship you really don't want. Don't get stuck on having people. I am not on earth to have someone. I am on earth to engage with people, people, uh, meet people, create relationships. Even my kids. My kids don't belong to me. Once I push them out of this fat pussy, it's the world's kids now. My job is to guide them. Like, they don't belong to me. I don't own them. I can't tell them what to do with the rest of their life. I can just guide them. But I
Yeah.
don't own my kids. So you don't own people. So just have your relationships with people, have your moments. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. You tried it. Hopefully you learn something new about yourself. And that's all I got to tell you about your motherfucking 20s.
Yes. Listen, I'm all for that. I think we shared some gems tonight.
Yes. Oh, yeah. And lastly, but not least, hopefully somebody in your life that loves you warned you about the motherfucking credit card offers that are coming to you in the mail in your 20s. Don't get a motherfucking credit card.
Specifically Capital One. They'll hunt you down.
Capital One, build your credit real quick, Shay, none of them hoes. You don't need them. If you're really worried about building your credit, your parents should have put you on their cards as an authorized user and not gave you shit.
Listen, I'm curious to know if do they still have those job offers when you first graduate to come and sell knives? I can't remember
Listen,
the company.
I don't know, but I know they still sell vacuums from door to door, and I don't know why the fuck people are buying vacuums from a doorstep, but they are.
Oh, we would go to those trainings or seminars or whatever, and then you get there and you see like 5 of your other classmates, and you're like, "Hey, what are you doing here?"
Girl, it's a trap.
It's a trap. If anyone calls you about a job that you didn't apply for, if it wasn't recommended by someone that you know, don't go to that shit.
Yeah, they scooping you up. They looking you up. It's like that church van that around the neighborhood picking up kids. I said, this is kidnapping. Does my mama know that you're trying to pick me up? Also, like, if you're in your 20s and you're not sure if you want to go to fucking college, don't go. If you really don't know what you want to do, don't apply to go to a university and waste your fucking money and waste other people's time and waste your time in the mix. You can go to college at any fucking age. You can be in your whole 20s without going to college and go to college in your 30s and go to college in your 40s. But I remember going to college for 4 fucking years and watching friends and people I really didn't know like that fucking waste money, waste semesters, not know what the fuck they wanted their major to be, and you end up with this fucking debt regardless.
Oh yeah.
So at least go to college if there's something that you actually want to do and it actually makes the money in the real world.
That's key. Make sure it makes you money in the real world. Listen, things are so expensive. You don't want to go to school for something that's not going to earn you any income.
Listen, trash,
you don't
garbage.
Want to gain a 40K debt and beyond.
Girl, did you say 40K?
Yeah.
Let's try. You don't want to be 33 with 2 motherfucking hungry ass, needy ass motherfucking ass kids with 98K and student loan debt.
Listen, that's so.
It's garbage truck dude. I wish I would have never went because what I went to school for was something that creatively I already knew. Why I went to college was because I was at the end of that generation that felt like going to college is what's going to make your parents proud. Going to college is what's going to make you more valuable to the world, so you should go. When in all actuality, there's only certain careers that going to college should be a requirement for. And what I went to college for, it wasn't. So if you don't really know, don't do it. There's lots of entrepreneurs, people that created apps, businesses, own shit, all types of shit without even going to college.
Definitely. And, you know, I always wonder, like, when you're guilt tripped into going to college, like, by your parents or whatever, like, do you kind of feel like, do you have any, I guess, animosity towards them about that debt? Like,
no, because my mom never said you have to go to college. I just knew that my mom had 5 kids. All of us are artistically talented, but none of my brothers do anything regarding the arts. I have always stayed on the line of doing whatever I wanted to do around artistically what I could do. And so I was the only one that pursued a college degree in what I was talented in. So yes, that gave her some fulfillment. Yes, I did graduate. Yes, I do have a bachelor's degree. But do I have a job in what I'm doing from college? Hell no. Because it really don't make money unless you live overseas in New York or in California.
Okay.
And if you really think about it, in the motherfucking United States, ain't nobody raising no motherfucking kids in New York or California unless you got that guap.
That's it. That's the only way to survive. And listen, don't let people make you think that filing bankruptcy will get rid of the student loans. They don't go anywhere.
Key.
Okay.
A
Those
lot of
things.
people think bankruptcy clears you, and it doesn't. And it
doesn't.
really stalls you out because once you file for bankruptcy, you can't rent nowhere. You can't buy a home. You can't buy property. You're gonna be roommating with
You're in a
somebody.
5-year hole. You're like in a 5-year hole trying to
Listen,
recover. So debt period. Just don't get into that shit if you don't have to.
avoid it.
Avoid debt. Yes.
If you need to pay everything that's a necessity with cash. If you can't buy it cash, bitch, guess what? You can't afford it.
Yep. If you can't pay cash, that really means you don't need it.
Yeah. But Shay, I think this was valuable.
It was very valuable. Shan, thank you for having me. I enjoyed this.
Of course.
This was
Greg said,
fucking lit.
he said, you know what? I think you and Shay should do a show. I said, you know what? I think you motherfucking right. We gonna go ahead and do a motherfucking show.
Shout out to Greg. Greg is that's my homie. He's been my homie since like middle school.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Always linking good people.
Yeah. Great guy.
So until next time, we shall speak. Do you want to drop your IG or your Twitter or anything?
None of that shit. I'm new to all of this.
Wow.
Bear with me, people, as I open up because I'm not.
Listen,
I'm
she's going
weird.
to bust that social pussy open for you guys soon. Tonight is not tonight. But if you want to reach me, you can reach me on She Gets It Pod on IG or Twitter. And you can email me at shegetsit.pod@gmail.com. Till next time, deuces.
Bye.
Bye. And just like that, I'm out of here. I'm out of here, but I might be back or I might not be back. It depends on how well you come correct. Peace. Thank you for taking out She Gets It. I'll be back.